I can see the no audio. Now it's audio, it's right. Can you hear me now? A quick confirmation from all of you guys. Can you hear me? Is my voice is clear now? Give me a quick confirmation I am audible or not. Yes. So I can see I'm audible. So let me start here again. So yeah, we are going to do a particular session on data analysis of Amazon for top 50 selling books, right? And guys, I want a quick confirmation as well that how many of you know about Amazon, right? A quick confirmation from all of you. And also, I want to just, let you know that Great Learning has launched a free course academy, that is Great Learning Academy, where you will get almost 100 plus free courses. And after completing your course, you can claim your certificate as well. So if you go to Great Learning Academy, you can see there are lots of in-demand domain like data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, IT software, marketing, finance, cloud computing, all the courses you will get for free. And also after complete your course, you can claim your certificate as well. And if this certificate completion certificates you can use in your LinkedIn, you can use this in your resume to show that you have actually skilled up yourself. And yes, I hope you will like it. And this content you will get, like the code you will get the PPT, the presentation it's used in the course, and then you have to give a quiz, right? And then only you will get your certificate, right? So do not wait, you will get the description in the live chat below, and go and register for whatever the course you want to go for, right? So yeah, this is pretty much about Great Learning Academy. Now go back to the session. So before starting the session, I just want to understand how many of you know about this e-commerce site Amazon, right? And also other e-commerce site, right? So I just want to give you quick understanding and quick review of that, how this e-commerce sites are working, and how actually they do this top 50 selling books, or the whatever they are selling. Like suppose we are talking about books, but there are lots of other things also they sell, right? So yes, how they do that, how they do their data analysis, we will talk about everything, right? So guys, are you interested to learn about this particular how they are going to do that, right? Okay. So now we are going to talk about what is data. Okay. So let's have a look at what is data. So in data in general term refers to the fact that some existing information or knowledge is represented or coded in some form suitable for better uses or processing. Right? Yes. So basically what is data? If we talk about data, what is data? Data is nothing but your information, right? And in this information you will actually try to analyze those information. You will try to say, hey, I want to see what will be, what are this information and how they are going to help me. So all about a data is giving you information that will be coded in some particular way you want, or you can do some kind of analysis to this, right? This is up to you, how can you do that, right? Okay, so this is something about what is data. Now, data can be measured, collected, and reported and analyzed. Okay, so I say this particular one, this particular session as we are doing, this is there are few theoretical terms we will talk about, and then the basic, the main attraction for this session, we are going to do a whole data analysis on this particular e-commerce site, right? Yes, so I will actually request you, do not feel like we are doing the theoretical part. Yes, we will do theoretical part, but we are going to do everything in Python. So how many of you have the idea about Python, right? And also, if you have any doubt, do not forget to put that doubt in the live chat. I will try to solve all of your doubt. If not in the live session, after the live session, obviously I will get back to you, right? So please do not forget to put your doubt in the live chat. Okay, Said Alisha is asking data analysis using what module method, right? Okay, so in this particular case, we will try to talk about, yeah, And guys, do not spam in the live chat. That is not accepted, right? Okay. So some of you are asking that what is data analysis and how these data analysis can be used where we're talking about data science or machine learning. We will talk about that, how this data science or data analysis is connected with data science. Okay. Yes, so we actually talked about what is data. We've talked about the you can actually measure the data, collect the data, report it, and also analyze the data. You can visualize your data using graph, images, or other analysis tools. Now you will ask me, why do I need to see my data? What is the requirement to visualize our data? This is everything we are going to talk about in this particular session, right? Okay. Okay, Dinesh is asking difference between data analysis and data science. You will get the information very quickly as we are going to talk about, right, as we are going to talk about the life cycle of data science. When I will actually explain you what is the life cycle of data science, in that time only you will understand what is the segregation between data analysis and data science. When you understand this two difference between data analysis and data science, you can understand few different things as well. What are those few different things? So those few different things are nothing but there are few job responsibilities when we talk about this upgrowing technology. Now there comes data analyst, there comes data scientist, there comes data architect. There are lots of job application and job post you can see which are connected with data, right? So now we have a actual confusion that which one I should go for. I should go for data analyst, I should go for data scientist, or there are few other terms are also there, data scientist and data architect. Who are they, right? Yes, we will talk about everything, that what is data analyst does, what a data scientist does, and what a data architect does, right? So there is very thin line between all of them, right? So they all are actually working with this data science, this understanding the data. So the main root is data. And guys, if you okay, and guys, if you like this video, do not forget to like it and also do not forget to subscribe. Great learning, right? So let's have a look at the first stage we have in data science. What we have? We have understand the business problem. What is business problem and how this business problems comes into the picture when we are talking about data analysis. Suppose as you are working in Flipkart or Amazon, the way we are talking about, right, the e-commerce company, or maybe you are working on Zomato, Swiggy, Ola, Uber, right? So these are the companies are all using data science. We know Google is also using data science, Facebook is also using data science. But let's have a look at, suppose if you are working in Amazon or Flipkart, how they are trying to ask you that, hey, can you please let me know that this is my problem, as a data scientist you have to solve that. What type of problem they can give you? Yes, Parth, you are right. Data representation for decision making. Yes, you can use data representation. I mean, you can use this data visualization for decision making as well, right? Okay, I will answer all of your question, guys. First, I will just complete this life cycle of data science. Then I will take all of your doubts, right? Okay, so what is the first we are talking about business problem. So let's have a look at, if we are talking about real life example. Let me give you a not a theoretical one. Let me give you a real life example what we are going to talk about. Suppose we said being a data scientist of Zomato or being a data scientist of Swiggy, they said, hey, I want to make my sell more. So in order to make more sales, how to do that? And it will help my company to grow as well. So as a data scientist, what will be your way to make more sales, right? You don't need to go and pitch for sell, but yes, you have to make some strategy for that your business can grow faster, right? So now how can you do that? In order to do that, you have to go for understanding the business properly. Suppose your company is working on the food chain. Now you have to understand, okay, what are the customer base they have, right? So you understand they have 3 or 4 type of customer base. How to do that? Suppose you are ordering spicy food like more often, you love to have Chinese more often, or someone love to have dessert more often, right? So in this case, if you see in Swiggy, basically in the when it's end of 2020, they used to give, you know, what you have done for the last year, right? How they have a track of that, right? Yes, this is how they have a track, that suppose you are ordering dessert more often, or you are ordering Chinese more often, right? So they can understand, okay, you are a person who loves to have Chinese or dessert, so they do have lots of customer like you. Yes, human being has, like most of them has, you know, the same type of thing, right? So they try to cluster the same type of customer they have. Okay, yes, so basically they try to cluster all the customer they have who loves to have dessert in the night, or who loves to have Chinese, right? So now as a data scientist, when you understand what the customer base you have, you can actually give the coupon based on their, you know, based on their interest. Suppose someone wants to have dessert in the night, so you gave a coupon after they order that you will get 50% off for your next order, right? That person obviously will come and take you know, the food from you. Yes, so this is how you can solve. One more thing you can do, what you can give a recommendation. What type of recommendation you can give? Suppose you see there is a good review you get for a particular restaurant, so you can see this is a Chinese restaurant who has a good review, you can try it out the food from there as well, right? Yes, so this is how you are actually making more, you know, sales. Okay, so you give this strategy to the like, you know, your company, that yes, you can give the recommendation, and I have the data, I will give you what are the recommendation you have to go for. Also you can do what, you can actually go for giving good coupons to the customer, for that they are going to buy more, right? So yes, this is what you need to do, the understand the business problem, and then you have to come up with the solution. So maybe you have think about the solution in the first stage, so you know what is your objective, right? Yes, after that you have to go for data acquisition. What is data acquisition? Data acquisition is nothing but data collection. So your company will obviously give you enough data to work on. But trust me, there is nothing called enough data when you're working with data science. The more data you have, the more information you have, the more hidden pattern you have, right? Yes. After you have the data acquisition, you know you have enough data, but those data are in an unstructured way. Now comes, why do I need to go for data cleaning when my data is already there? Yes. Can you think that in per second how much data is generating these companies? Yes. In past, what we used to have data in a very proper way, in a mannered way, because someone used to there and insert the data. But with time, what's happening, we are all moving towards online, you know, online transaction, online booking, everything we do online. So there is no particular person who used to sit and actually enter those data. There is a machine we use, the algorithm we use, the, you know, process we use to store those data. In order to store those data, we actually store the data with unstructured or semi-structured. Those data becomes unstructured or semi-structured. As the data becomes unstructured or semi-structured, you cannot use those data. What you can do, yes, you can actually clean those data. Now, you don't trust me, cleaning those data is really hectic, because can you understand the like number of data you have, huge number of data you have, and there are lots of errors you will have, right? The data analyst work with those unstructured or semi-structured data. When they work with this unstructured or semi-structured of data, they have to go for cleaning, right? And this cleaning takes the most time out of the whole life cycle. Yes, you heard me right. So as a data analyst, you need to have a proper idea about your data. You need to know, okay, I have to clean those data, I have to make those data usable, right? Yes, you are the gem of the company. So who understand the objectives, who knows data is a whole mess, but then also they are ready to work with that, right? So data cleaning can comes like it has null values, or you need to work for, you know, some other way, suppose maybe in misspelled attribute, right? Yes, you have to work on all these things. After you clean your data, what you can do, you know, there is a report you have make about your data. So now comes data scientist or machine learning engineers. When they comes into the picture, they say, okay, now my data is clean, I have a proper report for my data. Now want to understand my data in a more precise way. How to do that? In order to understand data in a more precise way, we need to use statistics. Yes, we know that there are few pillars you need to know about. Right. There are few pillars you need to know about in data science. There are linear algebra, you need to have a good idea. You need to have a good idea about one programming language, that is Python or R, and one more, that is statistical, the basics of stats. Right. So when you know the basics of stats, you need to go for exploratory data analysis, in short, which is known as EDA. Right? Yes. When you know the EDA and you know the how to understand the basics of data, right? Yeah. So how to understand the basics of data, how actually you can do, right? The basics, like what is the count of the data, what is the null value you have in your data, what are the percentage of your data you can be used, what is the spread of your data. When you know all these things, you can directly go for machine learning algorithm, right? So what is machine learning algorithm? Suppose you know about your data. Now you know, okay, I know what can be my data is. Now I know what are the algorithms I can use, right? So the thing is, like, when you have machine learning, so machine learning have three types of part, right? In machine learning, after you know your data, you can pick your algorithm, which algorithm you need to go for, and then you can make your model out of it, right? Yes. So after you make a model out of it, your machine is work as a human being. Suppose you try to do a recommendation system, your machine can recommend by itself without anyone's help. After you, how can you understand that, okay, this is my machine learning model and I want to understand how can I predict my model, right? Using the new data. So in that case, you have to give a new data to your model. After you give a new data to your model is ready to work with. You can see with the new data also my model is working fine. So now you can check your my data and you can check my machine, like, my model as well, and it's quite working fine, right? Yes. So this is the whole life cycle of data science, and I hope you guys don't have any confusion till now. What is data analysis and what is the difference between data analysis and data science? So you can understand, as an analyst, you need to understand the data, you need to make a report out of it, and you have to make a unstructured data in a usable manner. And from there, a data scientist start their working to make in order to make a model. Right? Any doubt, guys, till so far? Now I will look into your question and I will give the answers, right? Okay. Okay. So So Amandip is asking, ma'am, what one from a come under commerce? I don't understand your question, Amandip. So are you asking that you are from a commerce background and you try to come up, like, use, like, understand or learn this particular topic? So yeah, that is not a problem. If you are from a commerce background, you do have a good understanding of maths, you can start learning machine learning and any programming language. As we know, Python is one of the most, simple programming language to work with. Yes, Dinesh, data scientists reduce the price slightly. Yes. So basically, what data scientist does, they have to look into the market as well. The market research analyst, we all know. So as a data scientist, they have to look into the all the reports and they have to come up with the solution. How can you make your product, best in the market, right? Yes. How to apply internship in great learning? So if you want to apply internship in great learning, then you can go to the great learning career page and you will get everything over there. uh Aniket is asking, can I learn data science by self study? Yes, you can, because you will get lots of content from great learning channel itself, and also you can actually do the great learning academic courses, and after complete your course you can get a completion certificate as well. So yes, if you want to do these things by self study, yes, go ahead, you can do that, right? Any other question? Why can't we use Google Meet? For what? I don't understand. Okay, right. Any other question, guys? I don't see any other question. Which is better tool, Power BI or Tableau? So if you're asking about data visualization, so both of the tools are used. So it's up to you which one you want to go for. Okay, right. So guys, I hope you don't have any queries regarding life cycle of data science, right? So now we are going to talk about the second one. Okay. Yes, now we are going to talk about the important statistics in data science. So before start with that, guys, I just want to understand how many of you have the idea about stats, basic stats. Okay, Ajay is asking then who is ML engineer? ML engineer, so basically guys, there is again a very thin line between data scientist, ML engineer, data analyst, right? So as an ML engineer, they have to work on the algorithms. Most of the cases they can go for research purpose as well, right? Yes, and also ML engineer works more with the algorithms, right? They have to make new things with the algorithm, with a mix and match. If you can feel that your model is working fine with a different type of algorithm, mixture of the algorithm, yes, they quite use work with the machine learning algorithm research part itself, right? Shubranil asking that, ma'am, for deep learning and machine learning, should we use Microsoft? Uh, I don't understand. So for deep learning and machine learning, what Microsoft you are asking about? Is the course from Microsoft? What about that? I don't get your question. Okay. Okay. So someone is asking how much time is required to get a job in data science. So it's up to you how much time you can actually give to yourself and how much you have learned. So as a data scientist or a data analyst or a machine learning engineer, what they want you to have a good basic understanding, not the advanced one. If you know how this linear algebra works, how this basic statistics terms works, yes, you are ready for data scientist, and also you need to know one programming language, right? Right. Okay. And now we will talk about the important statistics term in data science. But before starting with that, how many of you have the idea of statistics? Give me a quick confirmation on that. Right? I want a quick understanding, guys. How many of you have idea about statistics, the basic statistics which are needed in data science? And if you want to actually check out what are the statistics terms you need to know, you can check out the course in, not the course, the whole video in Great Learning, right? And there you will get all the statistics you need to know, the data science, right? Statistics for data science, the long tutorial we have if you want to learn this particular topic in a in detail way, right? So guys, I want a quick confirmation how many of you know about stats. Varun is saying me, Kashyap is saying I do, ma'am. Okay, anyone else? What about others? Mean median mode. Okay, hi, Ganesh, got it. Pravida is saying me. And what about others, guys? How many of you know about that? Probability, linear regression, I know basic stats. Cool. So now we are going to talk about the few basic things in data science. Statistics you need to know. That we will start with what is statistics. If someone doesn't have idea about what stats, from where stats came into the picture, we will talk about that. From there, we will see what is population. Right. So first, I will give you the question, and then I want the answer from you. If you cannot answer it, I will give you the answer. Right. Right. Now, okay, Subranil is asking that, ma'am, I was asking about Azure Microsoft where we don't need to write codes. Okay, so basically, if you want to learn this particular topic, then I should not suggest you to go for, the tools we have for machine learning. So you have to work on from the, scratch itself, from the maths, from the, coding. So you will learn in a more better way. But if you know these things, if you want to use for professional use, yes, you can use any tool for machine learning? Okay, Sanulal is asking what is the scope of data science. I will answer your question, guys. Okay, right. So then we will talk about what is parameter we have, then what is sample, right? Then what is mean, median, and mode. Obviously, the basic terms we will talk about, and then we will see the types of analysis in statistics. What are the types of analysis we can do in stats, right? Now we will see with what is stats, right? One by one, let's have a look at that. So statistics is a part of integrated applied mathematics which deals with data. Yes, you heard me right. It's an integrated applied mathematics. It helps to collect the data and analyze them properly. Yes, if you want to collect your data and analyze them in a more precise way, then you have to go for statistics. Then with the help of statistics, we can read the data and organize them in order to get the hidden information from them. So what type of hidden information we are talking about? Let me give you a quick example of that. Okay, so what we are going to talk about, suppose you have your credit card, right? So we all use our credit card and we do lots of online transaction. So you frequently can hear there is someone who stole that, 13,000 rupees from someone's bank account, right? So now what this bank is trying to do, they trying to identify that what are the transaction can be a fraud transaction, and they can block those transactions then and there. How to do that? In order to do and in order to make sure this transaction is a real or genuine transaction, they do use machine learning techniques. Now, suppose someone is doing a transaction between 5,000 to 10,000 for last 5 years. Suddenly you see, okay, there is a transaction for 10 lakhs. This is not possible. Who is going to buy a diamond necklace for 10 lakhs suddenly, right? When this particular person is doing like 5 to 10,000 or max 20,000 shopping while using his credit card. So there is a chance that this is an anomaly that will detect as an anomaly, and they will try to find what is the problem in this card, or this person wants to actually do this transaction. So the bank will give you the call to the person, and they will ask you, hey, is it you who is doing the transaction? How they do that? A person cannot fix a person that who will actually monitor this all these things, because they have lots of customer and there are lots of online transaction going on in this particular per second. Basically, in order to stop this particular fraud transaction, they use machine learning, and machine learning basically try to understand this hidden pattern from the data. This is nothing but the hidden pattern you have in your data. So your machine is already trained with the data. Suddenly a new data came that is not expected, and that will taken as an anomaly, and from there the machine will raise a flag that, hey, this is something like happening, it's not right, I feel, or maybe they will hold this particular transaction, right? Yes, this is how to do these things. We need stats. A stats only can give you this particular information about your data. In data science domain, statistics concepts are used to process the complex data to get the insights from the using mathematical computation. Yes, we do lots of mathematical computation to do all this, right? And guys, do you have any doubt why do we use statistics, why it is needed? And do you have any doubt what example I have given about credit card fraud analysis? Give me a quick example, give me a quick in like confirmation on that. Do you have any doubt till so far? Jai Prakash is asking, can I learn Matplotlib instead of Tableau and Power BI for data visualization? So Jai Prakash, again, you can actually learn Matplotlib and Seaborn from Python. You can use any, like if you want to go for a tool for data visualization particularly, then you can go for Tableau or Power BI one, right? Pawan is asking, ये video channel पर upload होगा? Yes, after the live session, you can see this video as well. Right? Any doubt, guys, still so far about stats and what the example I have given? Give me a quick and confirmation on that. Okay. Now we will talk about what is population. Population term in statistics used to refer the total set of observation. Suppose you have a data for blood, for diabetic prediction, right? In order to understand that particular person has diabetic or not, how to do that? So the total data set you have to do the analysis, the total data set is referred as the population, the total set of observation, right? So suppose again, if you want to study a diabetic data set to understand the symptoms and the other factors, then the whole data set is referred as population, right? So these are the very basic terms, and I hope you will not feel bored when we are doing these stats. I know stats is little bit boring and monotonous, but I will give you like enough example for that you can understand these topics. So guys, if you feel like it's not making you interested, please do let me know in the live chat. I will try to make it more interesting, right? Okay, now we will talk about parameters. What is parameters? Parameters are referred to characteristics which describe the population. Yes, so there are few things which help us to make you understand what this whole data set going to talk about, right? So in this particular case, parameters are someone who will try to describe your total data set, which is nothing but your population, right? So this is known as parameter. Parameters are like average. You can understand the average age for being diabetic. So we will take the average from the whole data set. It's describing the data set, right? Then our percentage will helps to describe the entire population, which is nothing but again data set. And mean and the standard deviation are two common parameters of population. Example, if I want to give, that I have given the average age for being diabetic is the parameter for whole diabetic dataset population, right? Guys, do you have any doubt till so far? Give me a quick confirmation on that. If you like the video, do not forget to like it, and please do subscribe Great Learning, because you will get to notified of all the course we are going to come up. There are lots of new courses we are going to come up with, so do not forget to subscribe Great Learning. Rana is saying, please make more interesting, because I start to learn stats, it feels me lazy. So Rana, I do understand. When I started my journey with stats, it's something I feel, oh my god, this is so pathetic, I don't want to do that. But trust me, if you learn it, and when you actually will start working with the data, you will feel this is basically going to show you all the aspects maybe you are going to miss if you don't know stats, right? So yes, this is something going to help you to understand your data in a more precise way. Okay, Rishita is asking which algorithm will use for top 50 selling books. So what we are going to do, we are not going to use any machine learning algorithm. We will show you how to do the data analysis, right? How you can do the data analysis. I will show you how can you go for, understanding, do you have any missing value, or your data set is perfect to go for. Do you have any anomaly, or do you have any, something called outlier, which is the error in your data set? Do you have anything like that? If you do have, how to handle this, right? So we will do all the basic pre-processing, data pre-processing in this particular part, right? Any doubt till so far? Guys, give me a quick confirmation on that. Then we will start with what is sample, right? And maybe more 5 minutes I'm going to take for theory, and then we will jump into the code, right? Okay. Yes, Pavan, we will talk about what is outlier. I know there are a lot of things actually you need to learn before jumping into algorithm, for before jumping into data analysis or using machine learning. There are lots of things you need to know. Aniket is asking best book for stat. I need to check, Aniket. Just look into the comment section after this live session. I will make that updated. What is the best book for stats? Do not forget to see that in the comment. After that, maybe I will just do that. Right. Now we will talk about what is sample. Sample is basically when you have a whole large data set. From there, if you want to take a few part of it, yes. From there, this is known as the small part you are going to take from the large data set, which is known as sample. Right? Yes. So sample is basically a small part or portion of the large population you have. Suppose the the whole diabetes data set, you pick the 100 rows of information to do the analysis. That 100 rows of information will be referred as sample. So your whole data set is population. If you pick a part out of it, it is known as sample, right? Okay. For the note links, Nelly, right. For the note links, you have to go to Great Learning Academy and you will get the code file. We are going to use data set and this particular presentation as well. Right, you will get everything over there. You have to register for this particular live session in Great Learning Academy. And our moderator is sending the link over there in the live chat. You can actually see and you can go for register it. Right? Okay. Now we will talk about what is mean is in stats. We all know what is mean. So mean term referred as average value of the whole population, right? There is nothing to actually clear about. Then what is median? Median is the median value of the middle value of the data when your data is sorted in manner, right? Then what is mode? Mode stands for the most occurring element in the data set, right? Now the last part we are going to talk about types of analysis in statistics. It helps to describe the data in mathematical or graphical way. So if you're going to use descriptive statistics, so if you want to describe the data in a mathematical or graphical way, you have to take the descriptive statistics. Now if you want to take about inferential statistics, what is inferential statistic? Inferential statistics split the data into samples. I hope you understand what is sample when you have small part of your whole data set and applies probability to arrive the conclusion, right? So these are the two types of analysis we have in statistics. Now I will give you a quick answer. What is Python? How many of you know about Python, right? So I will give a few seconds understanding what is Python and then we will jump into the code. I just want to understand how many of you actually have the idea about Python. If you don't have, then maybe I have to make you understand what is Python and then we will jump into the code. So guys, please give me a quick understanding for that. Right? Yep. Okay. So, Rana saying me, what about others guys? Why I'm not getting a quick response from all of you? And guys, this is just 46 like. Please make it 55 as soon as possible. Like, if you do like this video, this basically motivate us to make a more video like this, right? Okay, yes, Shikha, you will get the data set. I will we will get the session PDF, data set and code, everything you will get in Great Learning Academy. If you don't get it, please do come back to the next session. Otherwise, you can actually directly mail to the academy@greatlearning.in if you actually want to say you did not get the data set or the code file, because they have to be there in the Great Learning Academy if you actually go for registering the course, right? Okay, I hope you get your answer, Shikha. Give me a quick yes, I just want to understand that how many of you have the idea about Python. Okay, I can see some of you actually have the good idea about Python. So let's have a look at what is Python in a very quick manner. So Python is a popular high-level object-oriented and interpreted language. What is actually that mean for? Let me give you a quick example of, I don't have time to talk about object-oriented, but what you will actually think of, if you know English, you can start learning Python. There are not, yes, they don't have a lot of syntax you have to remind. There are not lots of rules you have to remind. If you know English, it's the same process to learn Python, right? Yes. Now we will see, this is like the benefits of Python, a quick note on it. So basically, if you want to be a web developer, you can go for using Python. If you know that the length of the program is low, if you want to make it, you have to use Python. Now the mathematical computation can be done using Python. There are lots of library we have. Now I can talk about NumPy. Then Python is easy, simple, beginner friendly, you can say. And if you want to make your GUI, that is also can be used using Python, right? So these are the basic things you can do with Python. And the important libraries in Python, that is NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn. We will use all these four libraries for today's code, right? NumPy for numerical part, Pandas for data manipulation, Matplotlib and Seaborn for data visualization, right? Yes. Now we will do the demo on Amazon top 50 selling books, right? Okay, yes, Dinesh, get all the dataset and PDF code. I think you have to look into that, Shikha. You will get everything in a proper way. Thanks, Pavan. Right? Yes, Dinesh, to get all the providing like the practical part we are going to do, you have to go to Great Learning Academy and you have to go for searching for this particular live session, and you have to register for that. You will get every like this particular presentation, data set, everything you will get, right? Okay, I will give the difference, Om Singh, not now. We already running out of time, right? Okay, so let's have a look at how can you do this. So guys, how many of you have idea about Google Colab? Because I am going to use Google Colab for this particular one. How many know about Google Colab? Give me a quick confirmation on that. How many of you have idea about Google Colab? This particular Google Colab IDE by Google for AI researchers, and you will get lots of features on Google Colab. If you didn't check out our Google Colab tutorial, you can check in our Great Learning channel. You will get how can you start with Google Colab, right? Okay, somebody else has some question. Uh, yes. Hey Shifa, I think you can check this class after this live session as well. Okay, Dinesh is saying yes, I work in Google Colab. Okay, right. So now, as let me make it little big, guys. Is it visible for all of you? Yes, Ajay, for me, Google Colab is best because it's like if you are going to work with the data deep learning, basically, you need to have a lots of computational power. In order to have a lots of computational power, you need to have a good system. But suppose you don't have, how you are like that time, maybe you will not able to work with deep learning. But as this is by Google, they have given lots of features in Google Colab. You can use GPU, TPU as per your usage, and that is for free of cost. And this is basically for, yes, it is almost as Jupyter, and this is basically for AI researcher, right? Dinesh is asking Irish data from Kaggle download problem how to solve. Why don't you check out our video on that, right? We do have lots of video on the basics machine learning projects, right? You can check and you can see how can you start using Kaggle. We have a course on Kaggle as well, like not the course, a small video on Kaggle. You can check how can you start your journey with Kaggle. Okay, got it. How to upload dataset in Google Colab? It's a good question, Miten. Thank you so much. I will show you, right? Yes, you will get the dataset. You will get the code. You will get everything, right? Right. Okay. Okay. Now I will show you how can you actually import your data. So in order to import your data, and let me show you from where I have taken this data. So if you just write Amazon top 50 best-selling books data analysis, if you click over here, right? Can you see there is a download option? This is from here we have taken this particular data set, right? And guys, if you really like the video, do not forget to like it and do subscribe Great Learning, because yes, you will get lots of new content we are going to come up for you, all of you guys, right? And yes, this is where from where you can actually click on download and you can directly download the data set, right? Yes, from Google you can mount your Google Drive with Google Colab now, right? Now if you ask me how to do that, if you go and check this box, right, there is a box option is here. If you just click over here and there is a option, this is a file with arrow, right? If you click over here, you will get an option to upload it, right? So if you want to upload, can you see I have uploaded my data set from here, bestseller with categories, right? Yes, this is how we can actually upload your dataset in Google Colab, the way I have done for bestseller and categories.csv. Right. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to import pandas as PD, which will actually help us to what this pandas is a data manipulation library, and it will help us to manipulate our data to load our CSV file. It's a quick question from all of you. What is this particular CSV? What is the full form of CSV? Because for a long time I am saying this is a CSV file. The dataset is basically in CSV format. So how many of you know actually what is CSV? The basic understanding, right? So give me a quick confirmation on that what is a CSV file? What is the full form of CSV? Right? And then we will talk about the right. Give me a quick confirmation. Okay. Comma separated value. Comma separated value. Right. Akash and Dinesh. What about others? I can see 56 people are currently watching it, and I can actually expect at least 10% of this they will give me the answer that what is CSV file. Right? Yes, Piyush, you are right. Okay. Yeah. So this CSV file, you can use CSV file and you can actually read CSV file using pandas. There is a function called dot read CSV. Yes, dot read CSV basically will give you, opportunity to read a dot CSV file. Now I will show you few things you have to remember, right? Can you see I have my variable called data, and then I have written pd dot read CSV, and you have to give the path for your dataset. But where will I get the dataset path? I have shown you how to upload it. So after you upload this, if you can click on this three dot, you will get a copy path option. Just click on there, your path is copied. Now what you need to do, go here, right, in, and then paste it over here, right, control V. Yes, this is how you will get. Okay, so this is how actually you will get your dataset path. Now, as we have already read our CSV file, now I want to see is my data already read by read CSV function or not. How to do that? I am going to use data.head function. Why do we need to use data.head function? This head function is basically going to give you, or you can say the return you the first 5 rows of your data set, right? Suppose if you just write data.head, you will get this. You will get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see name, author, user rating, reviews, price, year, and genre you have, right? Thanks, Rana. I think you will understand. Piyush, I have shown you where you will get the data set. Act 1, you will get it in Great Learning Academy, and if you want to directly do that, you can write Amazon Top 50 best selling book from Kaggle. You can directly download this data set as well. Right? These are the two way you can do that. Right? Now you can see we have done data.head. Now, if I want to give you a quick understanding of data what we have in in order to the columns, we have name, which name is like name of the book, which is in string format. Then we have author, the author of the book again, which will be in a string format. Then we have user rating, Amazon user rating, which is in float. Then we have reviews, the number of written reviews on Amazon, that is again in the float. Then what is the price of the book we have, right? So suppose what is the price you have, and then you have year, right? The year is ranked on the bestseller, date, and genre, whether is a fiction or non-fiction, that is again in string. So this is pretty much about the dataset description. Now, if you want to see, do you have this dataset columns? What are the columns you have in your data? In that time, you can write data dot columns. This data dot columns will actually return you what are the columns you have in your data set: name, author, user rating, review, price, year, journal. You can see, and the type, object, right? So dot columns will return you what are the columns we have. Now if you want to see what are total columns you have, what are the total rows you have, that time you need to use a function called dot shape. So data dot shape will give you first the number of rows, that I have 550 rows and 7 columns, right? Now if we can go for data dot describe, so this data dot describe, you can understand the basic of stats. Total count, you have the total count of rows you have, then the what is the mean for each and every each and every column you have, which is not string again. Then you have standard deviation to understand your data more. Then you have IQR, interquartile range, which is again comes under stats, right? Now if you want to see all of them, you can see them in called the function called data dot describe. Now if you want to see what is the info, as I have said name is string, then I have said author is string or object. Now you will say how can I actually believe you? So in this case you can directly write data dot info. It will return you all the type of the data all the type of the column you have, what is the data type they have for each column, right? So guys, do you have any doubt this part, till this part? Then we will talk about the data analysis. We are actually moving towards the data analysis, the in-depth data analysis. So do you have any doubt guys till so far what we have talked about? Any doubt? Piyush, Dinesh, Rana is saying I was doing with you. Any doubt whatever we have done guys? And guys, if you really like this video, do not forget to like it and do not forget to subscribe. Great learning, right? Okay, now we are going to talk about, if do you have any null value? What is null value? Do you have any column or any rows without any value? Do you have that? Okay, so in order to check that, we have to use a function called data dot is null. So data dot is null is basically going to give you an idea, do you have any. Okay, right. Shikha, I will give you the answer, right? You have to keep tuned for that. We almost came to the end. You will understand what is the point of using mean, median, max and data dot describe, right? Okay. Now you can see we are going to use is null function and then dot any function. So basically, why we are using dot any is basically it's going to check for each and every like the data we have, that do we have okay, so do we have any null value, right? How to do that? You can see for author it's false. For all the column we have, we do not have any null value which is not present, right? And if you want to check dot sum is again, it's going to give you the summation of total null value. Now we are going to import Seaborn and Matplotlib, right? So we are going to use a heat map. Why to use heat map? Heat map is going to give you the correlation between the column you have, right? So yes, this is something for now you can understand. We use heat map for that, right? Yes, Rana, there is no NaN value, right? Now we will talk about outlier detection. Someone is asking me, what is outlier detection? So outlier are extreme values. Suppose we were talking about someone is going to do a, transaction for a huge amount. It is nothing but an anomaly or a, outlier or the error, right? Outliers are extreme values that they deviate from other observation on the data. They may indicate a variability in a measurement or novelty, right? Experimental errors, you can say in one word, that is outlier. So we use box plot to understand, do we have any outlier in our data, right? Okay, so in this case, we are going to use plt dot subplot and dot box plot. This dot box plot is basically going to show you, do you have outliers? If you can look into this part, you can see these dots are nothing but your outliers. Yes, you do have outliers, that is nothing but your errors. Now, how can you actually handle these outliers? So in this case, you can just replace this, you can just use a clip technique. So this clip is something called, if you will clip your data with the lower range and the upper range, which is nothing but 95 percentile, right? Yes, so this is how you can actually handle the outlier, and we are going to use numpy dot clip, right? We are going to write data for each and every column. We are going to clip our data. After we clip our data, if I do the same box plot, you can see there is no such dotted, and we have removed our outliers. So there is no such errors we have in our data. Right? Now we will try to understand using count plot that explore the trend over for each genre, number of best-selling books in each genre, each year. How can you do that? So we are going to use a plot called count plot, right? Yes, Umar, we do have a course on, we do have a course on Java programming, right? Yes, right. So now you can see what we are going to do. We are going to write sns.count plot x equals to year, as we are trying to understand the best selling books in each year, right? X equals to year, data equals to data, and u equals to genre, right? As we want to understand by genre basis for each year, right? Now, if you just do that, can you see what we get for 2009, for 2010, right? And in the end, what we have? This is for this orange is for fiction and this for non-fiction. Blue one is for the non-fiction, right? Yes. So this is how you can use count plot to understand the number of best-selling books in each year, right? Yes. So what we have done, the number of best-selling books in each genre each year. What is hue? So basically you can see it has done the count based on your genre, right? So sorting the like you can understand in a simple word, we are actually sorting the data, right? What is genre? It's fiction or non-fiction books, right? You can understand what is fiction and non-fiction book. Yes, this is something called genre, right? Yes. So this is something we can do this count plot, right? Yes. So these are the basic data visualization you can do and also do this data analysis, right? I hope you like it, and also do not forget to subscribe Great Learning, and please do check out in Great Learning Academy. You will get all the course material for today's material as well, and you will get lots of other courses, and after complete your course you will get a completion certificate, right? So guys, thank you so much for attending the session, and we'll see you in the next session. Bye bye.